Hello, you're watching Proactive London. I'm joined by Dr. Thomas Baumeler, the CEO of GraphEnergyTech, a frontier IP group portfolio company. Thomas, it's very good to speak with you today. You've raised £1 million through your first external equity funding round led by Aramco Ventures. So can this be seen as a vote of confidence in your technology?
Good afternoon, Stephen. Very nice to meet with you and to be able to reply to your questions. Actually, indeed, we just closed our pre-seed round, and Aramco is our biggest investor in the round. And so, rather than a show of confidence in the technology itself, I think it's rather a show of confidence in the huge potential that we have, because we are still at a rather early stage at the moment, but the potential is tremendous. So hopefully we'll make a big impact in the next few years.
Tell us about the potential you're seeing for it, Thomas.
Yeah. So what we do at GraphEnergyTech, we develop graphene-based electrodes, right? So graphene is a form of carbon. And what is really outstanding in our case, we are a non-metallic electrode provider, and we provide highly conductive electrodes at a very low cost. So what we want to do, actually, we want to replace metallic electrodes, especially in solar to start with, so in solar panels, but over the longer term, also in other applications such as batteries and printed electronics as a whole.
What are the benefits of using graphene as opposed to other metals like silver?
Yeah, so there are a few benefits. I mean, the two most important one are cost and pollution. We are tremendously cheaper than silver, which is the benchmark technology used in solar panels. But also, we are way more sustainable than all metallic electrodes. Would it be silver, copper, or aluminum? A big thing actually, and that's why we believe we have a big role to play. Currently, silver is as I said, the benchmark electrode technology in solar panels. But the thing is, we will soon lack silver. There is such a huge push from the solar industry. I mean, everybody wants solar panels nowadays, right? And the solar industry, is consuming lots and lots of silver. Some reports state that by 2050, we'll likely have exhausted the whole silver reserves worldwide. So we need to find an alternative technology, and that's where we want to play a big role, providing our cost-effective and sustainable non-metallic electrode technology.
So, Thomas, tell us how the proceeds you got from the equity raise are going to be used to accelerate the developments and also scale up your graphene electrodes.
Yeah, so there are a few things we want to do with this money. First of all, is to acquire our full independence. We are actually a spin-off of the University of Cambridge, and more accurately from the Cambridge Graphene Center. And so far, we still rely on the equipment that sits at the university to produce our graphene, which then we reformulate and rework, let's say, internally. And so with this round, we'll be able to acquire our own equipment and install it in our labs. So we'll gain some independence. That's one bit of the use of funds. Then the other bits is to upscale our production, and of course using the newly acquired equipment, but also to work on further developing the technology, because at the moment we are still at a rather early stage. We have very good results, but at R&D scale, if you want, so on solar cells of that size, if you want, and we need to prove our point on the full solar panel scale.
So, Thomas, you mentioned a couple of the other applications apart from solar. Could you take us through those?
Yeah, definitely. So the most interesting one, maybe, and where the biggest market is, are the batteries. So lithium-ion batteries. They use lots of graphite there as the electrode, and what we provide with our graphene is just, if you want, an advanced technology compared to graphite. It's pretty similar to that, but we are more conductive and more cost-effective. So hopefully, we have a role to play in the battery field. And then there are the whole printed electronics in general. You can think of antennas, for instance, or you can also think of LEDs and display. So quite a few other interesting applications. I would say, to make it simple, everywhere where a metallic electrode is used, you could think to replace it with our graphene-based technology.
And Thomas, I believe you're already in talks with potential customers.
Yeah, definitely. So, but only on the solar side, because at the moment we're really focusing our efforts to deploy the technology for solar, and we have quite some traction. Would it be from both big solar manufacturers, solar panels manufacturers, so big companies producing gigawatt worth of panels every year, but as well from emerging startup companies who are working on the next generation solar technologies. So quite some traction, and we're very happy about it.
Thomas, I hope you'll keep us updated on any progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
We will for sure. Thank you very much, Stephen.
That's Dr. Thomas Baumeler, the CEO of GraphEnergyTech.